Hi, everybody. My name is Jersey Drozd. I'm a cartoonist who works on a comic called Boulder and Fleet Adventures for Hire. Whoops. And what we're about to watch today is a live stream of me working on page 37 of the comic, which you can read at boulderandfleet.com. What is Boulder and Fleet? It's basically like take the 1970s Incredible Hulk show or Highway to Heaven or any of those shows where do-gooders travel from town to town. It's that, but with a bear and a bird and animal people. And mineral people. Gals with crystals growing out of their rock hair who can shoot crystal lasers, as we can see on the page that we're looking at now. I'm working in Manga Studio 5, also known as Clip Studio Paint. And I'm drawing on the Surface Pro 2. So I'll be glad to field any questions or comments while we work on the page, or while I work on the page. But if you just would rather just sit back and watch and listen to the royalty-free music, that's cool too. Let's see if I can finish these last two panels in the next 45 minutes or so. As you can see, I've already got a good start on this. First two panels are rendered. But now I'm going to go ahead and work on panels 3 and 4. And I've opened up my layers palette. I've got a flats layer and a colors layer. It's basically I do the flats layer and then I duplicate it and I do all the rendering on the colors layer. And I'll often pull up earlier pages because I've already worked out the color theory on those pages. So the greens on this panel were specifically chosen to be complements to a lot of the warmer colors on Rube, the mineral gal here. So I'm just going to borrow with the eyedropper tool some of those greens I already worked out so I can drop them in the next page. Rather, this is like 6 pages later. Thank you, Marion. In the chat, Marion saying you like the color palette. Um, yeah, I try to find, complementary and dramatic color palettes, especially for, battle scenes. Colors that also reflect the character's emotion, if not through color choice itself, but through contrast. And so, like, maybe green isn't the best emotional cue for Rube's rage in this scene, but it certainly makes the crystal lasers that much more dramatic as they're firing off at the reader. Plus, it contrasts the purple in her hair and the crystals coming out of her hair and her arms and her skin tone. I mean, yes, she does have green in her costume, which was specifically designed to, contrast her other colors. But yeah, uh, I try to think about contrast a lot, right? So like in panel 1, we've got a lot of greens in the background to contrast with Rube. Panel 2, we've got a lot of purples, reddish purples for like the the anger and passion of the lizard driving the little tractor, but also because it contrasts with the green in the lizard, the blue in the tractor's plow, right? I don't know why every time I do this live stream and I turn on my royalty-free music playlist, it always goes to this polka track. Skipping ahead. I've got it on shuffle. It's on shuffle, right? Isn't it? Yes. But anyway, thank you. That was very kind of you to say that. And hello, Miriam. Or Miriam or Miriam? Tell me which pronunciation was right, the first or the second. And I apologize if I've asked this before. Oh, okay. So now I know Miriam. All right. I apologize for the confusion. Oh, one more laser to go. Well, two. But they're just like little nub lasers. Last but not least, I got to do the swooshes on her arms. New layer for that. Now it's time to do some holds. Let's save that real quick. One panel to go. And for this last panel, I think I'm going to go with an even cooler color for the background, and there to be more potting the plow of the tractor. So what color is it currently? Now let's bring it over here. now let's put a color hold on that background blurred lines thing, just so I can push it back further. Maybe a little less saturated than that. Nice blurry background. And I think I'm going to save those lasers for last because those are the most labor-intensive parts of this thing. I just saw the comment about the heroic music. Yes, I specifically chose. I looked online for royalty-free music, specifically stuff that was like adventure music, because I thought that would probably go well with a comic featuring, you know, this kind of action. All right, we're in the home stretch. Now I just got to do the lasers in this final panel. Oh, got the little puff of exhaust coming out of... Whoa. Looks like I think the Studio Paint crashed. Let me relaunch it. I wonder how much work I lost. Oh, dear. All right, let's turn back on the screen sharing. Got Flip Studio Paint relaunched, or Manga Studio, whatever you want to call it. This happens. You know, I was having a conversation with somebody the other day about this very idea of like working entirely digitally versus working on paper. And I was talking about how I like to work entirely digitally because I had this really negative experience once where I was doing my work through the mail. This is back in the 90s. I didn't have a computer at that point. And so I would mail my penciled pages to the inker, and the inker had the unfortunate duty of calling me on the phone to say, I spilled ink all over the page. So I had to repencil the page and mail it to him. And I was on deadline. It was a big headache, and I was so upset that I had to do this work again. That I had like this, never again kind of thing. From now on, I'm going to scan my pencils and I'm going to print them out and I'm going to save them. I can always print out another thing of pencils if I need to. And now that I'm working entirely on the Surface Pro in Manga Studio, I don't even have to do that. I mean, the pencils are done digitally now. But as I was explaining this to this friend of mine, they pointed out that, well, you still get computer crashes if you don't save often enough. You can get files corrupted. No foolproofing this stuff. So it looks like I didn't lose any work. I saved just before the crash, which is good. It's a good thing. Okay, lasers, let's get you out of here, or let's get you dealt with. Get these rulers out of the way. I'm going to save again just to be on the safe side. So now time for some new rulers. So what I do for these kinds of laser effects is I create on the coloring layer a 1-point perspective ruler. And so now Manga Studio is not going to let me draw in any direction other than lines that conform to these two lines. Let's change the color to its proper color. As I start drawing in the lighter shades of the laser, I don't have to be super careful about where I'm drawing because Manga Studio is automatically guiding the line to match that perspective. Very handy tool for speeding up this kind of work. It's kind of tedious work. This is what normally what I'd be using a ruler to do this, right? And I'd have to place the ruler by hand, move it just a little bit, draw the line by hand, move the ruler just a little bit. This is not all that different of how I would have been doing it on paper or on a canvas. How many do I got left? 5 more left. Okay. And then the impact burst in the middle. Then once I finish with the first laser, I can take my ruler tool and I can adjust it to match the angle of this laser. Four more to go. And in case you're interested, I'm starting with Ray Frendon's concept brush, which you can get at frendon.com. And that has really, really terrific blending features to it. You can see how smoothly it blends all the colors in together. And then I switched to another Frendon brush, which is the dry brush Anchor. And that's where I get the textured look. Give it more of like a dry brush on canvas kind of feel to the color, which I really like. That's coming together. Two more lasers to go, and then the burst, and then the holds. Holds meaning, if you don't know, holds are when you color the line art. They call it color holds in the business. You can find more information about that in the DC Comics Guide to Coloring. Hi-Fi, the coloring studio, has a coloring how-to book coming out pretty soon. They did a Kickstarter for it. So see, I switched to Frendon's Painterly brushes. Concept 1 is the name of the brush. Grab that orange. And I start blending it in. Now, why is it not letting me? What the dickens? There we go. All right. I blend in slightly lighter orange, and then I progressively make the orange lighter. I start heading into yellow. And once I got that, then I go to my dry brush Anchor. And I just stroke it a few times, stroke over the color with the brush a few times to add that textured look. One more laser. I'm confused why this... Something happened to my ruler here, and it's only letting me draw on the parallel. It's not conforming to... Interesting. What happened here? And that polka song plays again. Isn't that crazy? Let's find out what's going on here with my ruler. So... it's only letting me draw on the parallel to the horizontal. So I think these little dots next to the rulers are things that you can turn on and off. You can turn off the ruler I'm going to turn those off. Oh, and it stopped presenting. All right. Do this. The software setup is not working out for me today. There we go. We're back. Well, let me see if I can try to fix this. Okay, now it's going to let me draw on the vertical. You know what? The heck with it. The heck with the ruler. I'll just freehand this last one. I got to finish this page. Sometimes you have to make man decisions in the 0 hour. This laser is wide enough that I feel confident that I can match the angle pretty good. Pretty well, as they would say. All right, so now I'm ready to do the burst in the middle. Start with the gradient. I think it's holds time. So for that, I make a new layer above my lasers ink layer. Turn on, make it into a clipping layer so that any color that I apply to this layer will only be affected in areas where there is ink on the layer below. And then I'm going to go to the previous panel. Grab the ink color I used for Rube's lasers there. Back up to laser holds. Hit the paint bucket. Boom. Now we've got laser color. Use a lighter red for the center where the impact happens. And then I've got some holds for the lizard and car ink layer. And I am going to do some holds here because I want to emphasize these vibration lines. I want them to be visible because this thing's getting buffeted by the impact of Rube's lasers. They got kind of lost in the dark background. Up, and we have a little puff of smoke coming out of the back of the little tractor thingy. Up. We got one more thing to do. I've got a sound effect here. And I need to look at it in context of the overall image to see if I chose the right color initially. Yeah, I think that color should work because that has some contrast with the background and the laser. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to select that color, that light bluish green, the lighter color, real gradient coming out of the point of impact. And then got this darkish green. And I'm going to choose an even darker green for the outside. Whoa. Might want to lock transparent pixels first. There we go. And finally, slightly lighter green for the point of impact on the lettering outline, on that rough outline. Okay. And let's turn on my texture layer. And I think we've got a page. I'm saving. Went a little over time. I want to do this in 45. Took me about, what, an hour and 15? Which I'm going to mark in my emergent task planner so I can keep track of how long these pages take. So this page will be on Boulder and Fleet in the next time of this recording. There's a new page dropping tomorrow, 11:50 during time. These streams useful if you like them, or if you like the comic. A great way me for doing these live streams is by going to all those places and letting people know about the comic. That would be great. Actually, let's take out the thanks. I could use your help in getting the word out about the comic. Tell people to go to boulderandfleet.com. He's there. So thanks for hanging out and watching and with me while I worked. I'll do this again soon. I've been of boulderandfleet.com and okay, bye.